All right. Good evening, everybody. This is Linda Olson. I'm CEO and President of Tampa Bay Wave, and I could not be more excited to have you join us tonight. Tonight, you're going to be watching a very special pitch night. This is our summer 2020 pitch night, the first time we've been doing it virtual, and I'm so glad to have you here. If you've never enjoyed a Wave pitch night before, I'm going to tell you this is one of our signature events. It typically sells out. And I'm so glad that we can now extend it to a broader audience here online. One thing I do want to say is you're going to watch 13 amazing video pitches tonight. The companies that are pitching are part of our 2020 TechDiversity Accelerator program. This is a program that is sponsored by the Nielsen Foundation, just an incredible partner to us. We feel so proud to be part of this program for 3 years now. It just keeps getting better every year, and I know you're going to enjoy these companies. The companies that are in this cohort represent a number of different industries, from healthcare or health tech, medical devices, fintech, etc. So I promise you're not going to be disappointed. I'm going to set up a little teaser. Just if you keep watching throughout the evening tonight, we're going to tell you a little bit more about a special new accelerator cohort that we just vetted, and we're going to be starting next week exclusively for women entrepreneurs. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the evening. But with those 13 new companies, what that does is that brings the total to 86 active companies that the Wave team and organization supports today. 86 companies. It's an amazing amount of startups. Most of them are based right here in Tampa Bay, but as you're going to find out with our Tech Diversity cohort, it's very special. We have a number of companies from around the country, and including two from Latin America. It's our second year having companies from Latin America, and I promise you they're pretty exciting as well. So as you can see, despite the COVID pandemic, we're not slowing down, and neither are the startups that we work with. They're pretty impressive, and I can't be more proud to be working on this type of program when innovation and job creation is more important than ever here in Tampa Bay as well as anywhere else. So I know you're going to enjoy the night. I'm going to hand the mic over, so to speak, to our accelerator cohort director, Dr. Richard Manasi. Many of you probably know him, but I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about himself and the companies you're about to watch. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you very much, Linda, and thank you to everyone joining us remotely today. I'm Dr. Richard Manasi. I am the cohort director here at the Tampa Bay Wave. I'd like to start things off by saying a special thanks to the Wave team, including the mentors and the board. It's been a very interesting start to the year, and without the support from the community, the Wave team, and the board, none of us would be able to be where we are today, and thank you again for the support in these trying times. And finally, I'd like to also thank all the companies in this cohort. Within these odd times, watching their resiliency to not just survive, but thrive has been incredible to watch. And I'm thankful that I get to be just a small part of their startup journey. The companies joining us tonight come from throughout the US as well as abroad, as Linda had mentioned earlier. They come from California, where 3 of our companies are joining us, 3 from Texas, 3 from Florida, 1 company from Boise, 1 from Boston, 1 from Memphis, 1 from New York City, and 2 from Chile. But it's not just the variety of the founders' regions that makes them stand out. Their backgrounds are second to none, and I'll put them up against any program within the country. In this group, we have Ivy League MBAs from Harvard and Wharton, MBAs also from Stanford, Kellogg Northwestern, and more. We have multiple PhDs, an MD, and several serial entrepreneurs with multiple exits. We have alumni from Y Combinator, Techstars, Alchemist Accelerator, TMCX, Johnson & Johnson J Labs, Capital Factory, 0 to 510, and more of the top programs within the United States. We have winners of the Texas A&M New Ventures Competition, Harvard's President's Innovation Challenge, and even a Tillman Scholar. The list goes on and on. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce the first of our companies from Los Angeles, Techstars alumni Solo Funds, led by CEO Travis Holloway.
Hi, my name is Travis Holloway, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Solo Funds. Have you ever lived paycheck to paycheck? Well, unfortunately, 122 million Americans do, with women and minority women bearing the heaviest burden. 41% of the country can't solve an emergency cash need of just $400 without borrowing from someone else or selling a personal asset. 78% of the country that lived paycheck to paycheck even before COVID made a weekly trip to a payday lender that looked like this and paid 400% average interest rates just to make ends meet. There's 20,000 predatory lenders in the United States, which means there's actually more of these debt traps than there are McDonald's, and that's pretty disgusting, if you ask me. So we created Sola, which is a mobile lending exchange connecting lenders and borrowers for the purpose of providing more affordable access to loans under $1,000. Lenders can earn industry-leading returns up to 12% per transaction while having a positive impact on their community. Borrowers can solve their short-term cash needs more affordably and faster than ever before. Sola was uniquely positioned in the market as there's no other company that looks just like us. Most importantly, 60% of our growth comes from word of mouth, which shows just how much users see value in differentiation in our product. Sola has originated more than 40,000 loans. We're currently growing loan volume and new users by 30% month over month. We're funding loans in 1 hour, which is unprecedented in the peer-to-peer lending space. We're currently on a 1 million annualized revenue run rate, and we're expected to break even by the end of 2020. Prior to Solo, I was a financial advisor for over 7 years, and the Solo team is comprised of multiple subject matter experts from some of the leading fintech companies throughout the country. We're supported by advisors who have both founded and led some of the world's most successful companies. We're a full-time team of 16, and we raised $6 million to date from a phenomenal group of early-stage investors. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hopefully meeting all of you in person soon. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jay Bang with Oracle Health, and we're developing a remote heart failure monitoring system. We are a team of physicians, scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs with over 180 years of combined expertise in heart failure. Amongst our team, we have multiple exits. Heart failure is a cardiac condition that leads to difficulty breathing. Patients with heart failure have a weakened heart muscles, whose job is to pump blood throughout the system. As that pump begins to fail, the fluid slowly accumulates in the lung, resulting in difficulty breathing and frequent hospitalization. And this is a big problem for over 6 million heart failure patients because they do not have a viable monitoring solution. The wearables are out there, but they suffer from low compliance, low accuracy, and limited data. And the invasive heart procedures are very accurate, but they are complex, expensive, and not for everyone. So our solution is to insert a tiny device under the skin using already existing implant procedure. This device is a 2-minute office procedure that the physicians practice currently. And this device will have 3 main sensors: acoustic sensors to listen to the heart and lung sounds, electrical sensors to record ECG, and an activity sensor. And this is very important for the patients because they do not need to do anything. All that data goes to the phone to the cloud, where we'll do a machine learning trending analysis. And we have a huge advantage that this is a 510K device with an existing reimbursement of $7,400. Contrast to the competitions, we bring full suite of solution for our heart failure patients. Simple procedure, accurate data, compliance, and reimbursement using multiple sensors. The market is big at $5.3 billion total addressable market. In a little over a year, we accomplished quite a bit. Accepted to Tampa Bay Wave and 0 to 510. Developed the device and tested on patients. And we have an NDA with Mayo Clinic and Tampa General, and got accepted to Johnson & Johnson's J Labs, as well as raised $500,000 in April of this year. Our long-term goal is to build a remote monitoring solution for heart failure patients. My name is Jay Bang, and thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Max Echeverria, and I am the founder and CEO at Esquad, and I will share how we are building our vision. Did you know that there are more than 1 million forestry workers technologically underserved right now in the US? Did you know that they are wasting $12 billion every year because of that? It's a huge market. They waste time because when the workforce goes to the field where the internet service is unreliable They have to write down data on paper, then rewrite it into some system and build reports. This means 20% of their time. Yep, you heard that. It's basically one lost day every week. On the other hand, managers receive information too late, inducting 10% of rework. They get the raw data in a batch process, meaning that more than 50% of their time is wasted. We solve this problem for a $60 fee per user, allowing offline processes to sync into online data automatically, so clients can make better decisions the very same day. We have bootstrapped from the scratch. We have sold $50,000 to 15 clients the first year in our lab market, Chile. And we are now looking for $140 million ARR by 2025, getting to 10% of the US forestry market, complemented with other industries such as mining and marine services. Our vision has been built by a team of a marketing enthusiast and 2 tech geeks with coding experience since 9 years old. Thanks to this founding squad, we have been acknowledged by the top Chilean institutions. Also, in the US, we're advised by a tech savvy with a bunch of top-tier awards. We have done everything on our own, but learning and hearing our mentors. If you understand the squad's potential, we want you in our squad. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would love to meet with you. Thanks for your time.
Hi, I'm Albert Huang, founder and CEO of Electromedical, where we're enhancing surgical precision using advanced electrical stimulation. This is me operating here using a technique known as minimally invasive surgery. This is really common today, and although there's a lot of benefits for the patient, there's also a number of shortcomings that come with this method of operation. What I had realized after years of performing operations is that any technology that can develop that helps surgeons identify different tissue structures during surgery is not only going to decrease the risk of accidental injury, but it's also going to improve the patient's outcomes and improve the overall surgical experience of the patient as well. To address this critical need, what we at Electromedical have developed is a method of using electrical stimulation that mimics the body's own neural signals to allow the surgeon to identify key structures during surgery through their natural movements using this very simple electrical stimulation. The first application of our technology is helping surgeons identify and prevent injury of a structure known as the ureter. This is a structure that needs to be identified in almost 7 million operations done around the world every year, including common operations such as hysterectomies and colon resections. Our technology represents a paradigm shift in how the ureter is protected and identified during surgery. For decades, the technologies and products on the market have been variations on a theme of things called ureteral stents, all of which cost over $1,000 to do and present their own risks to the patient as well. In contrast, not only is our system easily integrated into the surgeon's existing workflow and instruments, but we have a business model that is what we call a razor blade business model. We don't sell the signal box, and instead we sell an activation card that brings the cost per case down to $100, an order of magnitude less than even our nearest competitor. We're really excited to have a technology that not only has low COGS, but a high profit margin, as you can see here. This means that we're instantaneously profitable upon placement into the initial accounts. We've already submitted to the FDA and are finalizing the last few steps based on their request before we expect clearance later on next month. And then from there, we'll be placed into operating rooms starting in Houston and then moving beyond across the United States. And that's something that we're really excited about. Once again, my name is Albert Huang. We're Allotrope. Thank you for your time.
More than 1 million ligament and tendon reconstruction surgeries are performed in the US each year. However, as many as 25% of reconstruction surgeries fail and require a revision or redo surgery. Technical errors are the most common cause of failure. We have identified the whip stitching step of the procedure as ripe for innovation. The surgeon uses a needle and suture to sew the torn ligament or tendon, but the current stitching standard is slow, tedious, and inaccurate, which contributes to the high failure rate. My name is Leah Winter, and I co-founded Winter Innovations to develop and launch our whip stitching solution called EasyWhip. It's a patent-pending two-part suturing needle. EasyWhip's value proposition is that it's easy, secure, stable, and fast. These benefits make stitching better and can contribute to our ultimate goal of improving patient outcomes. The orthopedic segment of the surgical sutures market is valued at $248 million annually and is growing at a rate of 6% a year. In the limited release phase of our go-to-market strategy, we will obtain 5 to 10 reference accounts in a targeted geographic area and take what we learn to develop repeatable sales and marketing processes. The second phase is about expanding and becoming profitable so that we can target nationwide and international reach through distribution agreements or product acquisition by a larger player. Based on the procedure volume and our pricing, each surgeon customer contributes $40,000 in revenue annually, and Winter Innovations retains a 62% margin. EasyWhip is a source of recurring revenue because the needles are disposable and new ones are used for each surgery. Our revenue projections reflect our go-to-market strategy and are based on acquisition of surgeon customers. By obtaining 350 repeat surgeons, we can earn over $12 million in annual revenue. We have made significant progress. For funding, we've raised over $500,000 and we have a hospital system on our cap table. For market discovery, we have confirmed that there's a need for better stitching. For intellectual property, we have 3 pending patent applications. For product development, I'm so excited to say that we successfully completed our first real production build at our manufacturer this month. For upcoming milestones, these include submitting our 510(k) to the FDA by the end of this year, with anticipated clearance and launch in 2021. Thank you.
Before we start these next set of pitches, I'd like to recognize some milestones that our companies have hit since starting at Wave. This particular cohort has seen multiple companies closing funding rounds prior to demo day, totaling over $3 million. Vincere Health has been accepted into the Techstars United Healthcare Accelerator in Minnesota, which starts actually at the end of this month. And companies have closed deals with Fortune 500 corporates, cleared patent hurdles, and more. We even have a company closing in on a book launch and a TV show. With that, I'd like to introduce the next set of companies presenting tonight, starting with an awesome-based startup that just closed a $750,000 seed round last week, has seen their revenues jump significantly since Q1, and are looking at over $500,000 in 2020 revenue, quite a jump from their 2019 total of $80,000. Here's Ari Palmer and TaxTaker.
Hi, my name is Ari Palmer and I'm the co-founder and CEO of TaxTaker, and we're helping startups access the #1 funded program for startups, the Research and Development Tax Credit. The R&D tax credit is a non-dilutive source of funding available to any company that's developing or improving upon products and software, and startups can get this for the lifetime of their business. Even unprofitable startups can take advantage of these credits as a payroll offset. But since startups are grossly underserved, they are missing out on these dollars and they just don't realize that they qualify. And when they do, they often have to outsource to expensive third parties or accountants. So we built software so that companies could access these credits so they effectively boost their cash flow and reduce their operating costs by at least 6% every single year. The IRS expects to dole out over $148 billion over the next 6 years alone, but there's only 200 specialists that properly put these studies together, and they're leaving startups hanging out to dry, when in fact tens of thousands of startups are eligible, but they're just missing out on these billions of dollars. So our R&D tax credit software makes it easy to get the cash that they are entitled to. A startup simply signs up on our website to become pre-qualified. Then they connect their financial and project information, and in turn, TaxTaker calculates and generates the credits, prepares the forms and the reports for filing, and the startup wins from quick refunds from the government. Our business model is very simple. We work 100% on a success-based model, so our clients only receive a bill when we deliver them the money, and we have a 100% success rate of completing over 100 projects since launching last year. Our product roadmap we're very excited about. We are continuing to integrate with our clients' existing technology stack, as well as identify other savings opportunities and building in machine learning for future quarters. Our traction has been phenomenal. We've derived most of our business from the VC accelerator and accounting channels, and we've witnessed over 280% spike during COVID alone, since we're able to put dollars back into these growing companies' pockets quickly. Our team has processed thousands of R&D tax credit studies collectively, both small and large, and we're excited about the possibility of helping every startup in the country get the dollars that they're entitled to. If you're part of a startup, you know a startup, invest in startups, we want to meet you because we want to stop having dollars left on the table every year. It's their money, let's go and take it.
Hi, I'm Caroline Stauke, and I'm the CEO of ItsByYou, the farm direct flower and plant subscription company. We're disrupting the $48 billion floral industry and creating a market for surplus flowers. ItsByYou began when my sister Christine and I found that over 50% of all flowers that are grown are never sold. They're literally cut at the farm and thrown away. This is because they bloomed out of season, when demand for certain colors or styles is low. Flower growers do not have the budget, team, time, or marketing skills to sell these surplus flowers, so they lose billions of dollars in revenue every year on discarded stems. But because of social media and shows on HGTV, flowers are hugely trending, yet customers rarely know where to find quality flowers at affordable prices and don't even know where to look. So we created ItsByYou, which is a subscription box of flowers and plants curated from surplus stems shipped directly from growers around the globe. We match farms with people and businesses looking for regular flower deliveries. Because of ItsByYou, farm waste can be decreased by 50%, farm profits can be increased by 30%, and customers can have unique, affordable bouquets. Flowers are a huge market and growing, $16 billion in the US alone. We have a strong team behind us with over 50 collective years in the floral and digital media industries. I am a media executive who has launched products for brands such as Sesame Street and Scholastic. My sister is our Chief Product Officer and a floral designer who has won the Philadelphia Flower Show 7 times. Frank is our COO, a 35-year veteran who owns a floral distribution centers and farms. He's also president of the largest floral trade organization in the United States. We were part of the Techstars Accelerator, and Target Corporation is invested in our company. We've been featured in Oprah Magazine, On The View, and Good Morning America, among others. We've already shipped out over 1 million stems, and our sales have more than doubled since COVID. We have over $500,000 in sales, and our margins are over 60%. We're headed to exponential growth over the next 18 months. We have also signed a book deal and are potentially launching a TV show. This will solidify ItsByYou as the floral lifestyle brand. Thank you so much for your consideration.
Hi, my name is Natasha Alexeva, and I'm the founder and CEO of Friendly. I spent all my career, over 15 years, working for Fortune 100 companies, focusing on deep learning and its practical application to regulated industries, specifically financial sector and insurance. And everywhere I went during this time, I kept seeing the same problem, which is hardworking, well-meaning insurance carriers are completely bogged down with massive amounts of paperwork and a lot of inefficiencies that result from this excessive manual labor. And that's why I started Friendly. Friendly is a deep cognition company with solutions that are specifically tailored for insurance industry. Our services include very high accuracy data digitalization, full cycle claim automation, and enabling straight-through processing for new business applications for insurance and reinsurance. We have 6 major clients, very exciting pipeline, and we're growing very fast. In fact, we are quadrupled in size. So we're hiring now again. Please get in touch. Thank you very much.
My name is Brian Young, CEO and co-founder of Home Lending Pal. Imagine the excitement of trying to buy your first home, your dream home at that. only to find out that the process is very heavily paper-based, time-consuming, labor-intensive, and expensive for the lender. This turns your dream experience into a nightmare, but you wouldn't be alone. 81% of millennials who buy a home say that their biggest regret is around their monthly mortgage payment and the actual mortgage loan type. What we've done is built the first independent, intelligent mortgage advisor to simulate the home buying process to give you deeper insight into affordability risk, hidden cost, and budget strain based on your current income and assets. By doing so, we're providing greater data transparency, security, and control to the consumer while providing greater insight into income, credit, and asset verification for the lender. This then becomes a cost-saving center where we expect this to save about $177 million on a $97 billion book of business for a lender by utilizing artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. We also pair borrowers based on the actual mortgage overlays that lenders provide. The mortgage market itself is huge, $4.2 trillion, which our serviceable market is $391 billion. Our goal is to drive to 100 million and 1 million users in the next 5 to 6 years. But we've already identified 5 different ways to monetize this platform through lead generation, targeted ad revenue, click referral traffic, appointment setting, and then smart contract fees that take a percentage of the fee within blockchain. We expect that by year 4, we'll be generating over 23 million in actual annual revenue for ourselves. Our team as a whole has over 60 years of experience within the mortgage space, and we are led by myself, Brian Young, who has over 17 years of demand generation experience and used to work for Marketo, Stephen Better, who has over 10 years of underwriting experience and used to work for Wells Fargo, and Joey Barrow, who has over 20 years of mortgage experience and used to work for Annie Mac. But we're already doing this. We have a working product. We've already raised over $345,000. We've changed industry regulations, and we have in-kind services from IBM and others. We would love for you to get on board to help us secure our pilot within the next 30 days and continue to scale our business. Thank you.
All right, everybody, what do you think so far, right? Aren't those companies incredible? We got 4 more still coming, so don't go away. But I'm going to take this just a couple minutes of your time here just to talk a little bit about Tampa Bay Wave for anybody who's out there who may not know what Tampa Bay Wave is all about. We're actually a nonprofit, and our mission is to drive opportunity and prosperity right here in Tampa Bay by helping entrepreneurs build successful breakout tech companies. Ultimately, we want to foster a stronger tech ecosystem here in Tampa Bay, but we also want to introduce the world to one of the most exciting rising tech hubs in the country. But we're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we take zero equity from all the companies that we support. And the only way we can do what we do is by the generous support of our many sponsors, as well as our 100+ volunteer mentor network, which includes many of some of the most talented entrepreneurs and other professionals. It's phenomenal. And we also, I have to thank the amazing Tampa Bay business community at large here. Several of them are involved in critical ways to help these companies grow and become breakout successes as well. I'm very fortunate that I get to run Tampa Bay Wave right here in my hometown of Tampa and to see all the progress that's happening here. And we wouldn't be able to do this program again tonight, as well as run any of these programs, the TechDiversity Accelerator, if it wasn't for the generous support of the Nielsen Foundation. So big thank you again to everyone at the Nielsen Foundation for your support. I do want to also thank one additional new sponsor, new for 2020, and that is JP Morgan Chase. They actually are sponsoring a new program, which I alluded to earlier. That is our new Tech Women Rising Accelerator program. They actually awarded a $500,000 grant that is shared really 50-50 between Tampa Bay Wave and Embark Collective, another nonprofit right here in Tampa Bay, so that we can help more women entrepreneurs find success. So while we're running the Tech Women Rising Accelerator program, Embark has their own partnership element to it. And I promise you over the next couple of years, you're going to see some amazing women-led startups come right out of the Tampa Bay area. But before we finish out the pitches, again, we've got 4 more pitches, so hang tight. But for anybody out there that, I should mention these pitches tonight here, this is the TechDiversity cohort's final public pitch night. before demo day. And so demo day is the conclusion of this accelerator cohort. It's going to be held on September 15th. These demo days are exclusive to investors. So if you're not already a member of our investor network and you would like to attend, please send an email to demoday@tampabaywave.org, and we will send you information about how you can apply to attend our demo day this year. So without further ado, why don't you hear from the final 4 companies, and I promise they're just as good as the others. Keep going.
Hi, I'm Joe Hodges, CEO, founder, and Chief Disruption Officer at Carevalet. At Carevalet, we're here to put you in control of your healthcare and help you build better and stronger relationships with your providers. Today, we have a convenience and a cost problem in healthcare. From a convenience perspective, consumers want healthcare on their terms. They want to schedule appointments when they have a need, and they want to be able to call their physicians when they need to as well. We have a cost problem. Do you know that annual premiums for healthcare take up the majority of an individual or family's paycheck? And it's just too much. Carevalet has built a digital and web-enabled platform that allows consumers to connect directly with their providers of care. We've all bought something on Amazon, haven't we? Do you know that 95% of all purchases happen on the first results page? Well, Carevalet wants to bring you that same experience. And if you take a look at the front of our digital app, literally everything is one button click away. To help you remember that you have appointments, we've also built digital reminders that come to you to allow you to know that it's time for your appointment or that it's time for your annual physical. Today, Carevalet is a B2B platform. We have clients that are in health plans, employer groups, third-party administrators, and we're going to be moving to a B2C platform at the end of the year to help individuals, consumers connect better with their providers of care. From a competitive landscape, Carevalet provides the whole gamut of needs for consumers. Our competitors are offering individual services like appointment setting or telemedicine, and it's just too limited for what consumers would like to do and force them to go from app to app, which is a challenge. We have an amazing team. We have Aaron Kessinger, who's the president of our company. He came to us after 20 years at Humana and at a startup in San Francisco called Grand Rounds. Kathy Arango is our chief financial officer, and Brett Lee is our chief technology officer who came to us from Kite Desk. This year will grow by 941%, and we just launched in January. Right now, we're achieving amazing results in return on investments. For every dollar that our customers spend, they're saving $5.80. Please join us at Carevalet, and let's put you and our consumers in control of their healthcare.
Hello everyone, my name is Roger Eskuad and I'm the CEO of Cicla 3D. 10 years ago, the 3D printing market was just starting, with 50,000 printers sold per year. It grew very fast to more than 1 million printers sold in 2020. Now, the 3D printing market is over 16 billion, and it's because the technology is having a positive influence on several end-use industries. Most of these industries are demanding new and specific materials, but for the makers, it's hard to move from cheap conventional filaments to expensive specific materials. In Cicla, we develop and produce materials for the 3D printing industry, working with advanced and composite materials. Our solution is to provide the 3D printing market with new materials for the most attractive end-user sectors, with a high quality and with the lowest price of the market. Right now, we have 3 composites, a PLA with nanocopper for antimicrobial applications, a recycled PG with microsilver, and we have a wood plastic as a low-cost option. Our total accessible market is around 2.9 billion only in 3D printing filament materials, and the entire market right now is around 3.7 billion USD and is expected to grow to 13.1 billion by 2026. The US has 40% of the global market.
Our principal competition are the 3D filament producers like Protolab in the US, Cover 3D for antimicrobial materials, and from China, Isun. None of them is selling all these kind of materials, and we also have the cheapest prices for the market in each material. Something important about Cicla is that we are already profitable. We started our sales last October in Chile, and by now we are expecting to sell 500K this year with an average margin of 50%. Our year-over-year growth is expected to be 300% in the US with an LTV over CAC of 13. The team who makes this possible start with Sebastian, our extruder machine expert, Luis working in the R&D, and myself, CEO of the company. We also have an advisory board with a serial entrepreneur with previous exits and a lot of experience in awarding startups, and a Chilean businessman with many successful companies. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Dr. Pollan. I'm a molecular biologist and the founder of Free to Feed. 25% of infants have some form of food intolerance, and this number has been steadily increasing over time. In fact, it could be much higher, since infants cannot be tested for food allergies until after they're older than 1 and can exhibit a wide range of symptoms, from colic to reflux to rash. How many of you know of a parent who's been kept up all night by a colicky baby? I was one of those parents. The source of our colic wound us up in the hospital, where it was determined that our daughter was reacting to proteins transferred to my breast milk. I was told that removing all allergens was my only option in order to keep breastfeeding. And I'm not the only one. The increasing prevalence of food allergies, coupled with the rises in breastfeeding rates, creates a $21.6 billion total addressable market. And rising still, the market is projected to expand significantly over the next 5 years. As a molecular biologist and concerned mom, I thought there must be a way to analyze breast milk as we do so many other solutions in the lab. This sparked my idea for Freedom Strips. This would allow parents to loosely diagnose what their infant is allergic to and then test subsequent milk for that protein at home. Our team includes myself. I have a PhD in cellular molecular biology. I'm an Operation Iraqi Freedom veteran and a Tillman Scholar. Ms. Heather Messenger has 25 years of life sciences experience, to include medical device and software development, from R&D to commercialization, with multiple biotech exits. Our university partner is Dr. Shelley McGuire, who has a PhD in nutritional science and over 3 decades of breast milk nutrition research experience. We also have support and advisor in intellectual property, allergen detection, fundraising, and business development. Especially vital here is our relationship with Tony and Neogen. Neogen creates allergen detection for food manufacturing and is equipped to manufacture, package, and ship our products globally. Currently, these mothers can only rely on formula companies. These companies create hypoallergenic formula, which are highly processed, incredibly expensive corn syrup-based powders. Conversely, Freedom Strips would empower parents to continue breastfeeding while removing the mystery of what proteins are present. An average of 150 strips to diagnose and then test subsequent milk as needed would cost parents a fraction of the price in the same time frame. We are forging the path, empowering women to continue breastfeeding through infant food allergies, giving women the power to be free to feed.
I'm Shalane De Silva, CEO of Vincere Health. Now, this is Nadine. She was spending $400 a month on cigarettes. That's literally half of her monthly mortgage payment. And there are 34 million Nadines in the US today, costing insurers a fortune each year. Nadine doesn't have great options. The quit lines are unresponsive, the patches and gums are expensive, and her doctor doesn't have the capacity to deal with her smoking. Boston Medical Center sees 500 smokers each month, but 90% of them are turned away without smoking cessation counseling. But the good news is that insurers want to pay to help people to at least try to quit, and made several policy changes to make reimbursement easier. But brick and mortar hospitals are still not adequately incentivized to provide this care. So we've built the technology to deliver this care remotely and digitally so we can profitably unlock the value of these reimbursement opportunities. Hospitals send us the excess smokers that they cannot treat, like Nadine. We pay Nadine to join us and try to quit, and the insurers pay us for coaching her through a quit attempt. So Nadine gets a mobile app and a breathalyzer device that can tell if she's been smoking. We pay her instantly $1 a day to blow into the device, and of course we can tell that she's not cheating. The incentives bring her to the table and drive 90% engagement, and on the back end we have human counselors who can see how she's doing every day and reach out, react, and recover Nadine's motivation when she needs the most help. By setting ourselves up as a provider, we can bill insurers directly and earn about $500 per participant per year with no sales process. So you can see at scale, this really is an $11 billion revenue opportunity. In barely a year, we've built a unique product that works, accumulated a pipeline of access to thousands of smokers, negotiated paying pilots, and gotten ourselves credentialed and licensed under an array of well-known payers. And we even won the $75,000 grand prize in this year's Harvard President's Innovation Challenge. Now, myself, I'm an ex-banker and Harvard MPH on a mission to eradicate smoking, a filthy habit that plagued me for a decade. I've built a stellar team and world-leading expert advisors who helped us along. But above all of this, why we will succeed is we care about those who've been left behind and they believe in us.
Thank you for joining us and learning more about these incredible startups in our TechDiversity program and helping welcome them to our community of Tampa Bay. Without all of you, we wouldn't be here. I was actually just pinged by one of our companies who had a client sign up after seeing her pitch just a little while ago. If there are any of these startups that you'd like to meet, please feel free to reach out to us via email or LinkedIn, and we'll be happy to make a warm introduction. If you're not already a member of our Wave Investor Network and want to attend our closed door demo day on September 15th, please email us at demoday@tampabaywave.org. From all of us at The Wave, please have a great rest of your evening and stay safe out there.